Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some really exciting things to go over. We have some new Corocoro leaks to take a look at. We also have some other theories to go over for Pokemon Legends Z-A translations, as well as a lot of things to break down and get into today. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, we have Corocoro leaks for Pokemon Legends Z-A. So these are the two pages from this month's issue of Corocoro. It has all been translated and stuff. There's some interesting information in it. There's also some mistranslations in it as well. So I want to just break everything down today just so we're all on the same page on what these pages are actually saying and stuff like that. But anyway, though, this is the first page here. So we have Pokemon Legends Z-A. Obviously at the top here it says 2025. It has an image of the Lumiose City blueprints, obviously from the trailer. There's no like new images or anything like that. It is all taken from the trailer that we got on Pokemon Day for Pokemon Legends Z-A. But yeah, we have the Emolga there and everything, Gyarados, and then we have the image of the Pikachu here running. We have more kind of blueprints of Lumiose City, and then obviously there's just some text and stuff all around it. But like I say, it has all been translated that we're going to go over very, very soon. So that's the first page. The second page is a lot more interesting because it's talking about Mega Evolutions. It's also revealing like Xerneas and Yveltal and Zygarde. We have Mega Garchomp here. We have Mega Salamence. So on first kind of like viewing of this, I don't know if Corocoro is saying that these Mega Evolutions are going to be in the game, or if they're just kind of, I guess, guessing that they're going to be in the game, which is a good guess. Like, it's very much expected that all Mega Evolutions are going to return, or maybe nearly all Mega Evolutions, because like Mewtwo is a bit of a question mark and stuff like that. But Pokemon such as Garchomp and Salamence should probably be in Pokemon Legends Z-A. It's the same for like Xerneas and Yveltal. Like, are they going to be in the game? It's very likely that they are going to be, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. So I think it is just Corocoro here guessing. Like, Zygarde is obviously going to be in the game because it's Pokemon Legends Z-A. You'd expect these two to be in the game as well, but again, we just don't know, but it's very, very likely. It's a very good guesstimate that these are going to be in the game. But anyway, though, we do have translations to go over about this. So the original people that found this were Moot and Raisinburst, and they've done all the translations and stuff, but I think they have got a few things wrong, which we have Jean talking about here, of course, is one of the translators in the community, and also Pokisutami as well. So let's go over the original translations, and then let's go over what like has kind of maybe been mistranslated a little bit during the translations and stuff. So we have Soul Silver out here saying some big details about Pokemon Legends Z-A have been revealed from this month's Corocoro. It really does feel like it's 2014 again. I mean, the days of Corocoro leaks were just absolutely fantastic. Like when we saw the Megas and stuff in Corocoro, we saw like Sylveon debuted in Corocoro. It was so cool to see all these like new Pokemon leaked in this magazine. So thanks so much to Moot and Raisinburst for translating this. The first 3 points here are especially interesting. Different universe from X and Y possibly, and this makes it seem like Mega Evolution lore will probably play a huge role in the plot. Much more speculation to come. So these are the translations of what Corocoro is saying. So couple points of interest. Corocoro once again reiterates that this is new Lumiose City, or a new Lumiose City, different from the previous one from X and Y. So that obviously raises a couple of questions, as Soul Silver says. Does that mean that is it in a different universe? Because obviously it's a different Lumiose, or is it just different because, you know, it is the Lumiose City before it got kind of like revamped and stuff like that. But either way, that's a couple of questions there that are also being asked. We also say Corocoro points out that there is a bunch of wild Pokemon all throughout the city. So again, that's not really anything crazy. We can see that from the trailer. We know there's going to be wild Pokemon in the city. We can see Pokemon being like caught and stuff in the teaser trailer. At least I think we can anyway, when they're trying to catch like the Dragonair and stuff jumping out of the water. And then we have Megas from X and Y and Auras are returning. The lore of Mega Evolution will be explored again. So again, I don't know if this is Corocoro guessing this or if they actually have this information, but they are saying that Megas from the X and Y and Auras games are returning. It doesn't say all Mega Evolutions, it just says Megas. So again, Pokemon like Mewtwo, it does raise questions on how that is going to be implemented into the game, because Mewtwo would not have been created by the time that this Lumiose City is being created. So like this has happened before Mewtwo even exists. So would that make sense for Mewtwo to not be in the game? I guess it does, but we'll have to wait and see. They then go on to say, Corocoro points out Zygarde's similarities to the game's logo. Again, that's just obviously the design stuff. Nothing crazy about that. That is just literally what everybody can see. They then go on to say, the adventure is set in Lumiose City, but will we be able to meet the legendaries of the Kalos region? So again, they're just kind of guessing. It is set in Lumiose City. Are we going to be able to see Xerneas and Yveltal that are obviously in the Kalos region? And then this last point is very interesting, but apparently this has been mistranslated that we're going to go over in a second. But it says, Corocoro says stay tuned for the next report next month. So basically saying that we're going to get news in Corocoro next month for Pokemon Legends Z-A, which of course is in May. Now, it has been mistranslated. I want to make that abundantly clear, but we could still get news next month. You know, it is May next month. We could easily get a press conference next month. We did get one in May 5 years ago when they dropped like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. They also dropped Detective Pikachu and Pokemon Sleep and everything like that. We could easily get a press conference in May where they drop gameplay, where they drop Unova remakes, they drop Pokemon, that TCG game, whatever it's called. That they could easily do that. And then also, yeah, we may have a little bit of mistranslation stuff to go over as well. But either way, those are the original kind of points and the original images and stuff for Corocoro. We have Pokesutami though, who of course is one of the main translators in the community, so massive shout out to her for all the work she does. But she does say, too curious, let's wait for the further news. I think this is the part that has been misworded and confused in a prior translation. Nowhere does it say next month. I think the other translator just assumed that there will be more ZA coverage in next month's Corocoro. So nowhere does it say we're going to get information next month. That has just been translated badly. And we do have Raisin here saying, yeah, bit of an overreaction on my part. Sorry for the confusion. No problem. It happens to us all. But I just want to get that incredibly across to you guys that this is not saying we're going to get information next month. It has just been mistranslated. We could get news next month. We just don't know. Obviously, there could be a press conference, but Corocoro is not stating we are going to be getting news this month. Let me just get that across just so you guys are aware with what's going on. However, though, we do also have some other translations to go over as well from Jean. So Jean, again, another person that is one of the translators in the community, and they have properly broken down this post. So massive shout out to them. But they're saying, I read through the 2 pages. Only 2 lines in this image are accurate to what I understood from the Corocoro image. Whoever made this post did a very poor job and really caused some misinformation spreading now, which is why I'm including this in the video as well, because I don't want this misinformation spread. I want to make sure you guys are all aware of what is actually going on. So yes, there have been Corocoro leaks, but a lot of it has been translated badly. And this is kind of like the main translation that we should probably take as the most realistic thing that Corocoro is saying, because Jan does actually speak the language and everything. So Corocoro once reiterates that this is a new Lumiose City, different from the previous one from X and Y. So they're basically going over every kind of point here and what Corocoro actually says. So that's the first line. They then go on to say, I didn't see anything regarding the statement. All I saw was what we seen in the trailer, saying the game is about the Lumiose City urban redevelopment plan, nothing more. So that has been translated badly. It does not reiterate that this is a new Lumiose City. It just reiterates that it is what we saw in the trailer, saying this about the Lumiose City under redevelopment plan. That is apparently what is being translated in this Corocoro page. The next line was translated to say, Corocoro points out that there's a bunch of wild Pokemon all throughout the city. We then have Jean translating it to saying, the word wild isn't even seen in those 2 pages. Are we just making stuff up? So what actually it probably is saying is there's a bunch of Pokemon all throughout the city, not wild Pokemon. So again, another translation that's bad. We probably will get wild Pokemon in the city, because how else are we going to catch them if it all takes place in Lumiose? But that is not what Corocoro is saying. They then go on to say Megas from X and Y and Omega Ruby and Sapphire are returning. So we have Jean here translating and saying, although I agree this is very likely, nothing in the image confirms any returning Pokemon / Mega Evolution forms. Mega Garchomp and Mega Salamence were merely brought up as examples for explaining what Mega Evolution is. So again, it is not saying, Corocoro is not saying that these Pokemon are returning. They are just using examples of Mega Salamence and Mega Garchomp to show what Mega Evolution is. So again, that has also been translated relatively badly. The next translation line is, the lore of Mega Evolution will be explored again. And Corocoro points out the similarity of Zygarde to the game's logo. Only these 2 lines, from what I understand, is accurate to what I read from the 2 Corocoro pages. So, yeah, the lore of Mega Evolution will be explained again, or explored again, so that is very likely what a big part of the story is going to be about. We're expecting new Mega Evolutions, we're expecting Mega Evolution to, like I say, play a big role in the story, and so it being explored again is very, very likely. The next line where it says, points out the similarity of Zygarde to the game's logo. Again, that's not really anything crazy because we can already see that. You know, we know that Zygarde is going to be in the game as Pokemon Legends Z, so, or Pokemon Legends Z-A, should I say. So again, those 2 lines are not crazy, but those are the only ones that have been, like, accurately translated. And then also, the adventure is set in Lumiose City, but will we be able to meet the legendaries of the Kalos region? From what I understand, this is saying Lumiose City is a city in Pokemon X and Y. And then it says, this phrase tells me adventure is set based on Pokemon X and Y. So it doesn't look like it says anything about the legendaries or anything like that. It's just saying that Lumiose City is a place in X and Y, which obviously we already know about anyway. So yeah, as I say, it's been relatively... I guess it's been translated relatively badly. Obviously, massive shout out to them anyway for obviously getting the images and stuff, but it looks like from what Jean is saying, it has been translated badly. Again, I'm not saying that, but it looks like, you know, Jean, who does speak the language and stuff, probably has more of an idea of what it is saying, hence why it seems to have been, like I say, mistranslated and stuff like that. But again, I'm just the messenger. I'm just going over what people that speak the language are saying, and what other translation is saying and stuff as well. They then go on to say, Corocoro says, stay tuned for the next report next month. And then, yeah, as we already saw from Pokestutami, we have Jean also saying, who again, 2 translators now, both saying, nothing in this image suggests next month or next issue. This part shown here only translates to stay tuned for future news, but nothing mentioned when the next news will happen. And then goes on to say, I'm sorry if I sound too harsh, but I don't like people taking and spreading misinformation as facts. Here's the original 2 pages of Legend Z-A from Corocoro. If anyone who actually reads Japanese, not using translation programs, thinks I understood anything wrong, please let me know. And then also we have Jean here saying, if there are any more pages of the Z-A news from the issues of Corocoro that I missed and actually includes anything that I said I didn't see, then that's my fault for not consuming the whole thing. But these 2 pages are the only 2 pages I saw people posting. So again, if Jean has translated anything wrong, which again is highly unlikely, we will cover it because obviously it will be like new updates and stuff. But it is looking like these are all the main translations. So the only thing really to take away from the Corocoro leaks is that Corocoro points out the similarity of Zygarde to the game's logo, and also the lore of Mega Evolution will be explored again. Those are the only really 2 things to kind of take away from that, which is a shame, but this is the only thing we've really had over the last couple of, like, weeks and months and stuff, is just these 2 pages of Corocoro. Would have been really cool if there was like a new image or something in these, but I think it is mainly just Corocoro guessing and stuff. But hopefully we get news next month. We're getting closer to news. That's the main thing. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But anyway, massive shout out to everyone involved regardless. As I say, Mutant, Raisinverse for finding the images, Soul Silver Art, Pokestutami, and Jean for all the translations and stuff like that. So that's all that. Moving on, I wanted to quickly go over this as well, which is another post from Soul Silver Art talking about ride Pokemon that we could potentially be seeing in Pokemon Legends Z-A. So we have Soul Silver out here saying, I've come to a terrifying realization. Since Pokemon Legends Arceus had new evolutions/forms for the ride Pokemon of that game, and since X and Y had their own ride Pokemon too, I feel like these 1 to 2 or all of these 4 have a really high chance to get a new ride evolution/form/mega evolution in Legends Z-A. It's terrifying because I really don't want Mamoswine to get anything. I really like Mamoswine. I'd love Mamoswine to get a Mega Evolution. I think it'd be really cool. And maybe Rhyhorn will get a new Split Evolution like Sneasel did in Pokemon Legends Arceus, which might be cool. They might be able to make a cooler Go-Go too. At least Lapras possibly getting an evolution/form is always exciting. These just aren't Pokemon I really love, so I'm just a bit wary of Pokemon, of more of these designs. It really just depends. Also, there would potentially be other unpredictable new ride evolutions/forms for other rides like flying or climbing. So again, that's obviously just taking what we had in Legends Arceus, like the Pokemon there that were ride Pokemon all got like new forms and evolutions. So the Pokemon that we ride in Pokemon X and Y, such as Rhyhorn, Mamoswine, and Go-Go, could all get evolutions or mega evolutions or forms or something like that. We also have Lapras as well, being another one of those Pokemon, and Skidoo as well. Like, we could always get a new form of Skidoo. But yeah, Lapras, Mamoswine, Skidoo, Rhyhorn, and Go-Go are the ride Pokemon in Legends, in Pokemon X and Y. So they potentially could get a new form or ride form, just like Pokemon did in Pokemon Legends Arceus. We then also have So Far saying, if Game Freak actually follows this idea, you all actually just made me realize that maybe we'll get them as new flying / soaring forms though. And again, we may also get Mega Latias and Latios back just for like flying and stuff, which would be so cool. I'd absolutely love to see that, because the kind of ride feature in Auras with the Latios and Latias Megas was just so cool. I would absolutely love to see that in Pokemon Legends ZA. But either way, like I say, I guess they've got more of a chance of other Pokemon just because we're basing that off what happened in Legends Arceus, but we have such a small pool of like things to base Legends ZA on, because obviously we've only had Legends Arceus. It's not like we've had like 2 Legends games in the past and all of those ride Pokemon got new forms. If that was the case, like if these Pokemon get ride forms or like new evolutions or whatever, and then we get another Legends game in the future, like yeah, okay, we'll probably get the new evolutions and forms for those ride Pokemon too. But as of right now, there's not a lot to base all this information off of. But either way, that's going to be mainly everything that we're going to be covering today. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff to kind of get through, a lot of translations, mistranslations, new images, everything like that from Corocoro to kind of take a look at. But I hope that it's all been like explained well now. But either way, let me know your thoughts on everything that we covered today. What are your thoughts on these Corocoro images and stuff? Do you think we're going to get news next month? Do you think Xerneas Yveltal is going to be in the game? Do you think the Mega Evolutions are all going to return? Let me know your thoughts on all that. And also let me know your thoughts on these ride Pokemon forms as well. Would you like to see new evolutions for Rhyhorn or Go-Go or Mamoswine, or new Mega Evolutions? Like Mega Rhyperior would be really cool. Mega Go-Go would be really cool. Mega Lapras would be really cool. I'd love Mega Mamoswine as well. Absolutely love all those Pokemon. But either way, let me know your thoughts on all those. That's everything from me though. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Let's try it at 500. Like I say, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.